where I am going to talk about my responsive web page. So the theme of my web page is gaming, and the website that I've created is based on the game called Overwatch. Overwatch is a team-based game, in which it has three categories, three roles where each player can choose a role and a category of heroes in that role. So what I've done as my website is about Overwatch 2's role Tank. So Tank is a role in Overwatch and it has its own category of heroes, 11 heroes. It has 11 heroes in its category. So now my website talks about the role of Tank, how Tank is important, how this role Tank is important in a team, and the different Tank heroes. So each Tank hero has its own page as its information. Yeah. So this is the HTML code for my initial page, the my main page. This is my main page is HTML code. Here I've given different fonts. I've given an icon. I've given an icon where you can see if you see here, if you see here, I've given an icon. I've given an icon here so that it's more it makes it more interesting rather than just keeping it simple like plain or just the globe symbol on top of the tab. I've kept an icon. So now when we go back to my code, you can see I have added some fonts on there. I've added some fonts to make it look more what do you say design like to design it more. Now here I've given the heading for Overwatch 2 role. This is the heading for this is the container which contains the rest of the information. This is this is the list that I've used. I've used the table function to place each heroes in an order. I've used the table function here. This is what my code for the main page looks like. So the features of my page here is I've added an hover over each text, which is the name of each hero and their image. So now let's move on to my first page, which is information about a hero called Diva. So as you can see, my background color it matches with the hero that I'm gonna talk about in my page. So here I'm talking about Diva. I've added the image of the hero so that the user knows what the hero looks like in game. So here I've given information about Diva, and here I've given a video clip from the official website of Overwatch, which shows how the character can be played or what's the character's origin story or where the character is from. Yeah. Here I've given a header and H1 as Overwatch to tank heroes. Then the name is another head. The name is another heading. Then all these paragraphs are done using the p tag. I've then here I have made all the abilities names in bold so that it's given more importance rather than just not giving it bold and matching it along with the paragraph. I've kept it bold so users would know what each ability is and its usage. And here, so you might be wondering how do you go back to the main page if you unless you go back to normal screen. I've added a button which goes back to the main page here down at the very down within the container. When you click on it, it goes back to the main page. So as you've seen my Diva's website, I'm going to show you the code that I've done for Diva. So this is the code that I've done for Diva. I've given the same fave icon so that it shows on the top of the tab. I've given fonts for it to make it look more appealing to the user. I've given a header. I've put the tank heroes Overwatch to tank heroes in the header tag, and I've given a div class container for the body for the rest of the things, which is the name of hero the image, and information about the hero. This is my code which was used for the page for Diva. This is my Diva page HTML code. Yeah, so basically this is it. This is my Diva page for now. I'll be showing you the rest of the pages right now. Thank you. I will be continuing. Now, moving on to our next page is Doomfist, the hero Doomfist. So, as I said before, both the text and the image has been added as my link. So, even if I click either on the text or the image, it will go to the page that I have linked it to. So here now, my next hero is Doomfist. So here, as I talk about Doomfist, before I start with this, first of all, I've added an image the same way for Diva, so the user know what the hero looks like, and I've added a video as well to show to I've added a poster for the video to show the preview of the video in my web page, and I've added a button as well so that the user can go back to the main page, and it's done exactly the same way the same way that I've done my Diva web page. So all the important abilities have been given a bold decoration. The text has been turned into bold for his abilities, and the text is also bold for the information about Doomfist. Information about Doomfist in the sense what is his role in Overwatch, and what is his primary weapon, and like how is he useful in game. That those information is given in bold. The rest of the information, the bold is only given for his abilities. So again, if you want to go back to the main page, I have made a button here on the bottom of the page saying go to main page. That says go to main page. You click on it, it goes back to the main page. Now, as I've shown you Doomfist web page as live server, let's now I'm going to show you what my HTML code looks like for Doomfist. This is my HTML code for Doomfist. I've done it the same way I've done it for Diva as well. So I've given a header, the class container, images given within the div tag. I've given information about the hero right here. There is hero about sorry information about the hero and his abilities, and then I've given another p tag to show to show the video to show a Doomfist video, and this is the button that links you to the main page when you click on it. That moves you to the main page when you click on the button. So let's move on to the next hero that I've done the information about. So basically, I've done multiple pages based on the information on each hero. So I'm gonna show each of the heroes' web page and their information pages. So these are the this is my multi-page website basically. Instead of using a nav bar, I have used each heroes as my multi-page. So let's move on to Junker Queen for now. So Junker Queen, I've added an image to show who she is. My background colors match the hero's colors. Then I've added an origin story video. So you might be wondering why this is not centered. I was not able to do it centered because as soon as you play the video in itself is already centered. So I was not able to center the poster for this video. So again, the important points here have been given in bold, which is her primary weapon and her abilities. Jacket Blade, Commanding Shout, Carnage, Rampage, and her passive, which is called Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush. Now, if you want to go back to the main page, there's a button right here at the below of this page called Go to Main Page. When you on it, you go back to the main page. Now let's look at the code for Junker Queen. So Junker Queen's code is the exact same. I've done the exact same code for every single hero. So it's just basically body, header, div class container, Junker Queen is a tank hero, information on Junker Queen, then Junker Queen's origin story. I've done p tag because heading was too deep. I don't know. Cut this part away. So then I've given now video controls for for Jungle Queen's video and a button to go to the main page. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now moving on to the next hero, we have Orisa, where I've done the same thing. Just change the colors and added another image for the user to see what the hero is, and same bold font for the important stuff, which is her primary weapon and her abilities. And here I've added an Orisa origin story so that the user can see from where the hero comes from and how it can be played. Well, the gameplay videos are not there in the official website, so I wasn't able to add them. Yeah. So and then same as the main previous pages, I've added a go to main page where if you click it, you go to the main website. So now let's move on to the code. So the code for Orisa here is the exact same, but here I've given a font, I've given an icon, I've given a page header, I've given a description for Orisa, and I've talked about Orisa's abilities and a small space for Orisa's origin story. So that's it for Orisa. Let's move on to the next one. Let's now move on to the next one, which is Ramatra. So here, Ramatra, I've done the same thing for Orisa as well. Same thing as the previous hero, just the colors are matching the hero that I'm talking about on this web page. Ramatra's image to let the users know what he looks like in game, and same important points are in bold: his name, his form, his primary weapon, his abilities, and his video. So as I was saying with the video posters, I was not able to make it center because as soon as you play each of the videos in any of the web pages, any of the given web pages, it automatically centers itself. It automatically centers itself so that it can play the video. So here I've also created a go to main page button where if you click it goes to the main page. So now let's see the code for Ramatra. So here is the same thing for Ramatra. The page header is there. There's a Ramatra description and about his abilities, about his other abilities and his ultimate ability, and there's a paragraph for Ramatra's origin story. And I've linked his video, origin story video, and a poster and a button that links to the main page. Let's move on from Ramatra to Reinhardt. So Reinhardt is basically the same thing again. Image, paragraph where bold has been given for most important things: his name, primary weapon, and abilities, and origin story. Here, here, there is a small slight confusion. You might be wondering why in the previous pages the videos are aligned to the left are really small, because it's aligning along with the image. So here, since the image is already big enough, when you play the video, it doesn't get any bigger. It just becomes smaller and it's already centered. Since the image is already big enough to fit the container, it was already centered. Okay, now here again a button to go to the main page. Now let's take a look at Reinhardt's code. This is the code for Reinhardt. HTML code for the page, Reinhardt page. Let's move on to the next hero, Sigma. So basically it's the same. An image to let the user know what the character looks like in game. Bold points, bold letters are given for the important points in the description of Sigma, which is his name, his primary weapon, Hyperspheres, and his ability: Magnetic Grasp, Aggression, Experimental Barrier, Gravitic Flux, etc. Now here also the same thing is happening exactly like how Reinhardt's origin story was. Since the image is big enough, since the image is bigger than the video's aspect ratio, the video goes the video goes a tiny bit smaller. The video reduces a tiny bit in size, and it shows Sigma's origin story. So here also there's a button that goes to the main page. Now now let's take a look at Sigma's code. This is Sigma's this is the code that I've used for Sigma. It's for Sigma's page. This is the code for Sigma. So now moving on, let's go to Winston. Winston have done the same thing. It's just basically just the same thing for every single hero. Image to let the user know what the hero looks like in game. Bold points have been given to the more to give bold points have been given to the important words in the description. His name, his primary weapon, and his abilities, and the origin story, where it's the same, where the image, where the poster's aspect ratio is less than the aspect ratio of the video. So as you play the video is already centered and is big enough for the user to watch. And then, as always, a button to go to the main page. Now let's see the code for Winston. So here is Winston's code. Have a look through. I will slowly scroll down for you. Moving on, let's now we have reached the final two heroes. Wrecking Ball, the second last hero, the second last page of my website. Wrecking Ball, same. It's just the same format for every hero. Again, it's the same format for every hero. Image about the hero. There's an image for the user to know what the hero looks like in game, and bold points have been given to the words which are important, which is his name, primary weapon, and abilities. And there's an origin story for every single hero in this, so that the user knows what the hero looks like in game, in video, and yeah, so basically that's it. And plus a main page, go to main page, this thing button. There's a button that goes to the main page. So let's see the code for Wrecking Ball. This is the code for Wrecking Ball that I've done. Page for Wrecking Ball. Cool. Now finally moving on to the final page of my website, which is Zarya. Same as I've done with the previous. Background is this background I've designed to match the hero's colors. Image to show what the hero looks like in game. Paragraph about the hero. Bold points given to the most important words in the paragraph, which is the name of the hero, the primary weapon, and the abilities of each hero. Now here is the same thing as Roadhog. Zarya does not have an origin story. Zarya's origin story is not a video, it's a comic in the official website. So I've put some gameplay videos of her where each where you can get to see how each of her ability is used. Do mind this gameplay is from the first Overwatch official. The gameplay is from the first Overwatch game. So there might be some differences between the Overwatch 2 version and the Overwatch 1 version of it, as Overwatch 2 was released in 2022, and there is there is currently no latest videos on gameplays of Zarya in 2022 of Overwatch 2. So yeah, that's about it. Then there's a main page button that leads to the main page. So this is my website. Thank you for watching this video, and peace.